Hi, it's Sharon from Be Divine Vintage. We're working together on, I've got two simultaneous fairy books running very similar. We've done the front on this one, but not this one yet. And on both of them, we completed our little grungy fairy, dangly fairy in the middle, if you remember, and the bells. So today we're going to look at, back to this one, how I made this heart, which is a pocket with this big tag. Now, I'm not planning lots of tags and pockets and things because it's not really that type of journal, but I did need to just do a little bit of this. So today I'm going to show you how to get the heart done and some of the tag, because there are drying times involved. So if you remember, we cut out the hearts. Just move this out of the way. We cut out the hearts, and this came from this book, I do believe. Or did it? Oh no, it must have come from the other book because it's too big for there. So from the hearts that we cut out anyway, I decided which page I wanted to fix it into, and I am going to go for this one, so I'm going to put it in there. So let's get started decorating this heart and putting it into our book. So I've thought, because I've seen this lovely picture here, I didn't want to cover it. This is obviously the Princess and the Frog. So I've gathered together some bits and pieces of paper, and this image is from, if you remember, I printed on the fabric, on that very sheer fabric, right back in the first or second one. And these, first or second video in the series, these are sort of what's come through the fabric onto the paper, and I think they're really good, really grungy and great to work with. So that is what I've cut one out that I like. So we zoom in a little bit. I think we will actually. So I've cut one out that I like, which is this little fairy. However, I have decided I am going to paint that. So I've got my tin of watercolours. These are just some paints that I got from, what's it called? Hobbycraft. So let's move my bits and pieces. So I'm going to give some sort of wash to this, watercolour wash to this. Bring my water over, then I'm not going across you all the time. So I'll put some green in there, but because it's shabby, I'm going to put a little bit of black in just to dull down that green. And I'm going to colour in my frog. There we go. Now, it's coming outside of the lines, but that's what I want, because I'm not using a fine brush. If I wanted it to stay in the lines, I would be using a fine brush. So there's Froggy. And then I think I will paint, I think I'll go mustard. So I'm making this quite a watery consistency. I'm making it dull. I don't want any vibrant colours because it is a shabby chic book. So let's put a bit more water on that. I want it to be more of a wash than a piece of watercolour art. So let's just put that on the Queen's dress. Let's come up the Queen there. Oh, I like that. The King. I think we'll put the King in brown. You see, I'm not too bothered about washing my paintbrush and things in between. So the King's going to be in brown. Let's put a little bit of black in there. So I'm sort of tempering, I don't know if that's the word, toning everything down. A little bit of a smudge going on there. The toadstool, I'm going to do sort of in the grey and a bit of that brown for this part of it. But the top, of course, will have to be red, won't it? So let's get some red. Let's put some red on here and mix it with that brown. So I'm not being afraid to play and just mix my colours together. I am no artist as regards paints, the use of watercolours or any paints. So that's onto there. Fairy wings. What should we do, the fairy rings? I think we'll go orange. This orange, it's like an orangey red here. So I'm just using the same brush. I've just done, there we go. Let's put the crown on. Put a bit of red on the crown as well. And then let's put a little bit of pale pink on just for the arms. Oh, can't even see it. And I've not painted the king's crown. We can do that. The king's crown here. There we go. That's it. That's all I want to do. And I think that looks wonderful. Right, so now I want to decorate the bottom of this, but before I do that, I am just going to get my archival ink, I'll get my black soot oxide, and I'm just going to go all around the edge. Oh, can you see I stitched around as well? So I'm going around the edge of this to grunge. Remember, this is a grungy fairy grunge. Fairy grunge. There we go. Lovely. Right, so let's get on with layering these up. So I'm actually not going to think too much about it. I don't want all that on there. Have we got the whole of the heart on? Yeah, we have. I don't want all of that on there. So I want to sort of put that about there. I want to get rid of the rubbish. Shall I put some of this underneath it? I think I will. Put some of that underneath it too. That's some of the Momigami leathery look paper. There is some of the grungy tape that I did explain how I made in one of my previous videos. I need a little bit of pink, a little bit of pink. She says. I'm going to put a bit of glitz on. I'll think about the pink. Oh, there it is. I'm wondering where it is, and it's there. I'm just going to put a little single layer of glitter on this one, not as opposed to two. So I can put that sort of on there. And a little bit of pink. Just get some of my aubergine pink gauze. Here I am, back with that. And I am just going to layer that underneath that, I think, there. We've got that. We'll have this. I have got a little piece to put down there. So with this, because I haven't had the chance to tea dye it or anything, coffee dye it, I'm actually just going to grunge it with my oxides. So this is the ground espresso, so we'll just rub that onto there, and we can rub some distress oxide onto that as well of the black, and that can just go on to sit nicely onto there. Now I have got a stamp here. Should we put the stamp? Oh, I think the stamp would look nice just peeping out of there. Right, so I'm going to, some people take a photograph. I'm just sort of going to move that across there. Dab her at the ready. And I'm going to start with the stamp. So it is a stamp with music on it from Germany, already on a piece of envelope that it's been attached to, but I'm not taking it off the envelope. It's staying on there. That's where it was put. That's where it belongs. Now where's my fabric tack? I'm choosing not my fabric tack. My paper glue is just about chugging out of that bottle. I've only just unblocked that as well. Okay then, so pop that on. So we'll switch over to fabric tack. All is not lost. And we are going to put this down next. Some of this fabric. I'm very much a believer. I do like to lay things out, but I also like to just trust my eyes as I go along. And maybe not think too deeply. I'm going to put this little bit of paper down here. I'm going to put this coffee dyed and mommygamied paper down here. I'm going to put my fairy, who I have forgotten to ink. Let's just ink it. Let's just ink it. I've forgotten to do it. It's just grungy that. She can go on there. Got this little piece of sticky tape that I made using what was left on the sheet on the jelly plate. I've got my little stringing of this glittery bits. I'm going to put that on there. I think anything needs a bit more grunge, I'll just add it as I go along. Right, and then I've got this little piece that I have just distressed, this little piece of applique. This is off a vintage wedding dress, but it's just in my scrap box. So I'm just going to put that there. Let's just stick that down. Oh, let's move it up a bit actually. I needed to take that down there, put that there. I wanted it to cover the bottom of that paper. Right, do I want to do any stitching on it? I think I will. So I've got my trusty piece of wood here. Get rid of the bits. I've got my trusted wood. I've got my needle threaded ready. I've had so many new subscribers of late. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your fabulous comments, and please just keep them coming. I love hearing what you think of my work, and I love replying. I do try. I think I do reply to everybody. If I've not replied to you, then I'm really sorry. Give me a nudge. That's my daughter's dog barking again. So I've just popped some random holes. This is vintage crochet cotton, but you don't have to use vintage. Modern day crochet cotton would do the same. Tied it in a knot. Now I'm just going to go through these holes that I've punched. Whoops. There we are. And it's up to you what sort of pattern you want to make. I'm sort of looking at this crisscross pattern, so I can see the hole there, but I can't see it on the other side. I cannot get used to these varifocals. Just fell back out again. Straight in, straight out. In. Alright, I'm actually going to go back to there, so it looks like a big zigzag. I want it to look like a zigzag, so I'm going to take this one back to the bottom, take it across to there. Then I'm going to come up here, the top, this one, sorry, and take it to there. Loving it. Whoop. Loving the zigzag. And I've got another one here. Am I too close now? I never know whether I'm too close or not, because I just always just zoom in on mine. I'd rather them be too far away to zoom in than too close that nobody can see. So I'm just going to finish off at the back just by sewing sort of back through the thread, through the actual cotton though, so it gives more than a secure knot. Right, and just cut that off. There we go. Lovely. So let's get my book, and I am planning this to be quite like that. That's lifted. I'm planning that to be here, so I'm going to put it in sort of like that, and then my tag will go in there. Right, so it needs to go at the W there. And let's get the fabric tack. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue, she says, down there. Of course you don't have to sew on your heart, either with the machine or hand stitching. That is entirely up to you. Just a little bit there. So that was at the W, at the red, like that. Fantastic. Now I do need fairy word, and my fairy words have been here, and I thought, oh, I'll just pop a fairy word on. My fairy words have literally been in my little pile here and they're not there now. So I will look for them, and next time we can stick a fairy word on. But I like that. Yeah, we just need something there. This fairy word. Where have they gone? I don't understand it when they're there in your pile of things. In fact, I've just had them in my hand. That's probably why they've gone missing. And now, boom, disappeared. Right. We'll put a fairy word there when I lay my hands on them. So we can do that next time. Right, I'm just going to move this book because we just need to start working on the tag. So the tag. So I've literally cut out I haven't got a punch. Well, I have got a punch that does this, but not on paper this big. So this is 3.5 by 5.5 inches. It'd be as big as it needs to be for in your book. So I've covered one side. I've not bothered to cover this side yet, as it may get paint on it, grunge on it. So I've got this side. I've got some paper out of my scraps. Oh, look what I've just found. The fairy words. Exactly where I said they would be. Let's just stick that on and then that's done. So we want, I'm going to put on Fairy Truth Smiled. Then we can go back to the tag. Whew. Right, back with the book. So we want Fairy Truth Smiled there. Let's just take a bit of that off because it doesn't need to be that big. I'm just checking I'm not tearing into my words. I'm just fringing them, and then I'm going to pop that there. I'm going to make that a bit smaller as well. I'm going to put a bit of fabric tack on. And these little quotes are out of the Enid Blyton book that I've made both of these books out of. I got the pages and had a look through for some little words that I liked. So Fairy Truth, Smile. I'm going to put that under there. Put that there. There we go. Just finishes that off. Lovely. Right. Back here. So I've cut out my tag. I used an envelope to sort of draw around that. It doesn't look 100% even at the moment, but it will when I've done. I think that's needs to slant up a little bit less. Do you like that? Keep looking and changing and altering. Right, so then I got some paper. This is scrap paper, sort of in the colours that I'm going to be looking at. And I tore out some like that. Some longer ones actually. And then I literally just tore off strips. I'm going to put this one in the middle. I'm not bothered about whites, not whites. I'm just not bothered whether I've got the white bit showing or the white bit not showing. On here I'm going to put this one. So then I get my glue and this case of fabric tack again. I'm going to put some glue on these. Put them, place them. Now they're overlapping, it doesn't matter. I'll trim all that down later. This tag will just keep getting trimmed and trimmed and trimmed. You will encounter a little bit of drying because I will be doing the watercolour, which will take no time at all. But then I'll be using some paste, some that I'm going to leave to dry overnight because that's what I like to do. So we can come back to it tomorrow. So that is on there like that. So then, back to my old trusted paint box. My paintbrush. And this time I'm going to want to be doing this purpley colour, which is here. And I'm just going to swap hands with my water, then I'm not reaching across. So I want purples. So I'm literally just going to colour wash. You can see I'm just scooching across my pages. Let's get some on there. I like the purples. I was thinking of a stormy night, so purples, blacks. You know, what sort of colours do you see on a stormy night? We just normally see black. It's very rare we see purple, but I thought a magical stormy night we might well see purple. So just put that on as you will and however you like. I also think this dark blue, let's just come up here. Ooh, I like it mixing with the green there. It's got that lovely murkiness about it. Let's just put a little bit more water just so it becomes a wash. And we'll just put a bit of that on. I'm going to go for some darker purple too. It's like playtime. It's nothing I used to love more than at primary school when we come in from lunch and teacher would set everything up ready for art and craft, and there was like things all over the tables. I used to love that. Right, there we go. So that can just be very, very quickly, I promise, very quickly dried. it's dry. So then I take my stencil. I don't know what make this is, but it's just some flowers and some roses. So actually I do need to know my stencil binder is there. Just roll that under for now. Put that on there. Take my Galleria modelling paste, which I'm running out of. See, I need to get some more, or I need to make some. Laurie Marie Jenkins had a fantastic recipe. Well, it looks a fantastic recipe, so I might, because her clay always looks good, might use her recipe and have a go at making my own. And if I do and I like it, then I'll share the link with you. So I'm just going to put some modelling paste on there. That's that one. Let's just put a little bit more. It's not be too stingy. So I'm going to do that one there. And I'm going to put some of these roses down here. And this is the bit where I'm going to love you and leave you, because I want this to dry overnight, and I will carry on tomorrow's video. I hope you've enjoyed watching today. I've enjoyed doing the video. My other pages aren't going to be, well, they're going to be superb, but like I say, I'm not doing tags and pockets and stuff. It'll be more around collage. So that is that. Whoops. Let's just take that off there. Just going to put that back. Beggars can't be choosers. So that is me done for now. So that's where we're up to, and that is where we will continue tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my previous regular subscribers. It's so lovely every day when I go on and I see more people subscribing and more lovely comments. So thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye bye.